Tell me about this incredible album cover, Heather Griffin Vine cover.
Carlos had an idea that he had brought a couple of things to the band, and we looked at it, and he wanted to use it, but we couldn't find the artist who had done it, and looked all over, and we really liked it. It was a black and white picture of a panther, and it wasn't the lion or anything, and so we were kind of going along with that for a minute, and we couldn't find out who the copyright was or anything else. So I had called Adam at the Santana office and said, "So what's going on with the cover? Are we still doing it?" And Adam had said, "We dropped this because we couldn't find the artist." And I went, "Can I try to conquer this a little bit?" And he said, "Sure, go ahead." So I got a hold of an old friend of mine and Carlos, this lady named Yvonne, and I remember her daughter was an artist. So I had called her up and said, "Hey, what do you think of this cover? Would you help me kind of put this together?" And she was like ready and willing to do it. So she took it on, and we started going through it and stuff. And I didn't tell Carlos who it was. I just went and got her. And I went over to Carlos's house one morning, and we were talking about stuff, and I went, "Here." And he looked at it and he went, "Wow." Didn't ask who did it. And finally he says, "Who did this?" And I said, "Yvonne's daughter, Heather." And he went, "Wow, man, that is just beautiful." So it came from an idea. She did all the work. I helped her visualize some stuff to put in there and stuff like that.
For the people that haven't seen it, could you just briefly describe it? For the people that haven't seen it in the audience, there was supposed to be a projection up here, but the people that haven't seen it, could you just briefly describe it to the audience?
God, that's hard to do. There's like our first cover with the lion on the cover. If you keep looking at it, there's other stuff in there. It's kind of like a hologram, but just on face value. There's a bunch of stuff in there, and I'm not going to tell you what's in there. You're going to have to look for it, because that's part of the surprise. It's the same thing with us doing music. It's not like, okay, we play this kind of music, we play that music. We play all kinds of music. So with this cover, there's a lot of stuff in there also.
It looks like
very interesting.
It looks like the first note of Yambu. It's the best way I can express it. The first song, that song Yambu, Carlos hits this note, and that is exactly what that tiger or leopard looks like. So make a note of it when you listen to it.
And
Thank you.
please. And the last question before we open it up to audience questions, tell me, what is the feeling and energy like when you're playing in front of 20,000 people, or you're playing in front of over 500,000 people at Woodstock?
I think most of it is just we play to ourselves, basically, and whatever you're seeing out there, we invite you to be on the stage with us while we're playing. And as long as you're clapping your hands and you're moving in some sort of way, we're doing our job, because we want to be as happy as you are when you accept our music.
But Gregg, Neal, and Michael, and Carlos, are you able to feel the energy of the audience?
Absolutely.
Yes.